Welcome back to Week 15 of the Seahawks franchise. We were playing against the Eagles this week, and unfortunately last week we lost to the Niners for the second time this season, so we are firmly in second place in the NFC West, not going to win the division. The Niners are 2 games ahead of us, and we are tied with the Cardinals for the number 2 spot in the NFC West. There is a possibility we could still make the wild card spot. We would have to win our last 4 games most likely, so we'd have to beat the Eagles, Titans, Steelers, and then the Cardinals. But let's go ahead and get straight into the game. Get right into the action because we have nothing else to go over before this game versus the Eagles. All right, this is do or die time. This is a must-win game versus the Eagles. Were the previous 2 matchups versus the Niners also must-win games? Kind of. But we actually have to beat the Eagles this week to have any shot of making the playoffs. Otherwise, we're going to be 6-8. Here we go, though, playing against the best team in the NFC. You can also argue, of course, that the Niners are the best team in the NFC, but I really do feel like the Eagles probably are the best team in the NFC. They definitely have the best rated offense right now with Jalen Hurts leading the way. Noah Fant underneath. I don't see anything really there. We're trying to get rid of it. Hassan Reddick comes in for the sack. Everything was locked up on that play. We're on a similar concept, a high-low. Got JSN on the drag and Noah Fant on the deep in. And everything is boxed up again. Gotta throw it away. All right, we got DK on the post. We play action. I don't know who would bite on that. We had DK. But Josh Sweat comes in for the sack, making it 4th and 32 from the 3-yard line. Luckily, it's not a safety. Gino looks like he could have been hurt on the play, but he's not actually injured. All right, here we go. They're bringing 3 receivers out to begin. Kind of surprised they aren't in a heavier formation, but Jalen Hurts in the backfield, now an X-Factor player, and read option keeper weren't ready for it. Should have been. Mike Jackson makes a tackle down at the 26-yard line. Should, of course, be ready for Jalen Hurts to run at any time. But also got to watch out very closely for A.J. Brown on the field. Looks like Devontae Smith over in the slot right now, too. Underneath, we're on it on the comeback route. Tariq almost had a chance to pick it off, but it's going to be incomplete instead. 2nd and 10. First, got to watch out for the read option again. Swift in the backfield. Watching Devontae Smith on the right side. Underneath. Whoa, Bobby's not tall enough to play that. Devontae breaks 1 tackle. He fumbles on the goal line. We fall on it. Quandre's on it. A huge fumble forced. Not sure who forced the fumble exactly, but Devontae Smith gets the ball knocked out across the goal line. Please don't tell me this is getting reviewed. Rayshon Jenkins makes the initial tackle, and then the fumble is forced by Tariq Woolen. Quandre falls on it, and another huge play made by this defense trying to keep us in the hunt for the playoffs. On the left side, expect JSN to win. On the comeback, Lockett. It gets picked. Is it going to be a DPI? Hopefully it's DPI or roughing the passer. But James Bradbury ran that route. Okay. Going to be DPI on James Bradbury. We're going to take it. But yeah, Lockett got that route ran for him by James Bradbury. It's pretty insane. To run Charbonnet on this play. No blocks coming in. Charbonnet picking up 3 on the play. Looks like Darius Slay on the right side is not pressing on Metcalf. We'll run Metcalf on a short out. And should be an easy pickup. He was on the far side. Does catch it and hold on to it despite the pressure coming in. Only a 5-yard pickup, making it 3rd and 2. We got an RPO on the left side with JSN. Looks like it's going to work as long as Lockett makes his block like he's supposed to. JSN holds on to it. Gets big yards after the bubble screen down to the 31-yard line. And we've struggled with the bubble screens lately. Sometimes they can be really explosive like that. But lately we've been only picking up like 2 or 3 yards because I don't want to call anyone out, but Lockett has not been blocking very well. And the seam, don't got a lot of time, got to throw it away. Got to make these decisions quickly. Hassan Reddick is ready to come down his throat. Pause. Again for Noah Fant in the seam. It's not there. Underneath on the drag. Lockett down at the 21. 3rd and 1 with Kenny McIntosh. We're going to try not an RPO. We're going to try to play action. Noah Fant could get wide open on the zig. And he will. Holds onto it too. Golden hands from Noah Fant. Can't drop a ball. Don't want to jinx him. Feel like I definitely just did though. I got 2 slants on the right side coming from Fant and Metcalf, 2 of our more athletic players. Fant! It gets intercepted by Nakobe Dean. Damn, man. Nakobe Dean's so small. I didn't think he was being able to... I felt like we released the ball in time where that wouldn't get picked off. I saw him there the whole time. I feel like we continually make plays on defense, and then our offense lets the defense down. Trying to bring a blitz. One-on-one. Oh, Tariq. Ended up getting beat by Quez Watkins. One of the only guys that can actually keep up with Tariq. Going in single back. Got to watch for... Looking for some jet sweeps potentially. No, it's just going to be a regular play. Watching the zig underneath. Goddard catches it. Quandre comes in, makes the tackle on a much bigger player. Coming out with 2 tight ends. Devin Bush, the last couple of weeks, has been making huge plays. Love having him in. Jordan Brooks, there hasn't been much of a reason to really have him in lately. And Mike Morris jumps off size, it looks like. Hopefully that was a false start. And it was, so we are going to make it 2nd and 11 instead. But yeah, no, I just haven't really felt the need to play Jordan Brooks much. And I guess that's probably good for us. DeAndre Swift finally is brought down. We missed the tackle initially with Devin Bush. 8-yard pickup by Swift, but it's probably good that we don't need to play Jordan Brooks because he is not re-signed for next year. And so we have to probably let somebody go in free agency. We don't want to let Lewis go. DeAndre Swift on the carry. We get there in time. Rayshawn Jenkins and Bobby combined for the tackle, making it 4th and 1. And they can't tush-push here. Got to punt it away. And on the return is Tyler Lockett, who's had 1 explosive return on the season for, not a touchdown, but for significant yards. It's going to go out of bounds, or into the back of the end zone. Yep, can't let the defense down for getting us another stop versus this top-tier Eagles offense. Run the football out to the left, getting great blocks. Charbonnet picking up more than 5 yards. No, only 4. Again, we're going to try to get Fant something here. Ain't going upfield. No, we got Charbonnet underneath. Oh, man. 3rd and 6. Going to try something a little more conservative. They're showing double A-gap pressure. It's probably going to be zone coverage. We're going to drop McIntosh into a halfback screen. Get the ball off to him. We do. The blocks are setting up nicely, but we get tackled by Darius Slay at the last second, forcing a 4th and 1. And, yeah, no, we got to punt this. 14 seconds left in the quarter. Probably going to be the last play of the quarter. Probably going to run DeAndre Swift, I would assume. Quandre coming over to the left. Gets blocked. Julian Love can't make the tackle. Finally, DeAndre Swift is brought down. Draymond Jones being one of the last line of defenses. But we're going to go into the 2nd quarter. All right, coming out in the gun. Got to watch out for read option again. We're prepared for it. Watching the short out on the left side. It's going to be an inaccurate ball coming from Jalen Hurts. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Primarily, what the Eagles have been doing so far is running the football really effectively. And the passing game has been just like a secondary part of it. Watching over the middle. Over to the right. Bobby with a great tackle on DeAndre Swift. Forcing 3rd and short. It's a really dangerous spot playing against the Eagles normally, especially if they are going for it on like a quarterback sneak sort of play, but don't expect to see that. Watching short. Oh, Quandre can't get there in time. A.J. Brown able to hold on to it. Quandre has had a pick 6 before playing that exact lane, but we just didn't have the right angle to get that pick on that play. Coming out with man coverage. Cover 1 over the top with Julian Love. 1-on-1. Can we get the pick? Mike Jackson doesn't have that awareness. At least pushes A.J. Brown out of bounds at the 14-yard line, but I was hoping that Mike Jackson would turn his head around, get his eyes on the football, and get a pick, but that is pretty much par for the course in how Mike Jackson actually plays. Not great with recognizing and locating where the ball is. A slant. A.J. Brown can't hold on to it, drops it. Kind of a bad ball from Jalen Hurts, a little bit low, and having difficulty holding on to that was A.J. Brown. And bubble screen, we were trying to get there. Mike Jackson with a nice tackle. Mike Jackson, again, I've mentioned this before, but he used to play safety, so he is a pretty solid tackler. Makes the tackle on a much bigger defender in Dallas Goedert, just like Quandre did earlier. 3rd and 5. Oh, no, the in is there, but Swift catches it instead. Darrell Taylor was out in coverage. Going to be 4th and 1. See what they decide to do. Looks like they're going to be going for it. And they're stacked up on the line. We are also stacked up on the line. They're in pistol. We're prepared for it. We got everybody pressed up. We're watching the read option. Okay. Julian Love was just kind of standing there. Mario Edwards gets injured on the play. We were supposed to be ready for the quarterback keeper on the read option, but we were not at all. Admittedly, though, I can't ask for my defense to get too many stops. They have 170 yards at this point in the game, and that is mostly because we have only 30 yards of offense. We've been punting the ball away or turning it over. Noah Fant underneath, gets his hands on the ball, gets tackled by Hassan Reddick for a 4-yard gain. And it feels like our offensive rhythm has fallen apart. We were really scoring a lot of points earlier in the season. DK gets the ball, finally gets him on that little post or, crossing route. And it's actually accurate for the first time in forever. I feel like we've had a lot of inaccurate throws with Geno on deep passes over the middle. But yeah, no, we just have struggled to score the last couple of weeks. We've been playing some pretty great defenses, though. I won't lie. We're playing the Niners twice, Cowboys once, now playing the Eagles defense. So it makes sense that we are having a tougher time scoring and not turning the ball over. That has been Geno's sort of MO, playing against worse teams and actually able to score. Underneath, Charbonnet. Stiff arms Nolan Smith before going down. Gonna try a read option, get Geno a chance to run the football. Watching the edge, see what Darius Slay does, and he just drops outside. We go back low, ooh, right and then left. Charbonnet falls underneath his own O-lineman, a little bit of the butt fumble almost. Didn't fumble the football. You gotta try a bench. Hopefully a corner route can get open. Metcalf has a one-on-one with Bradbury. Gonna give him that chance. Hopefully, we're gonna step up in the pocket instead. Geno picks up just a yard. Gonna try an RPO, looking for Metcalf all the way, or we're gonna hand it off. And it's not there. Handing it off and shedding the tackle immediately is Jalen Carter. All right, this is outside of field goal range, believe it or not, for Jason Myers. So we're going to be going for it from 4th and 9 instead. A little bit risky, but we are on their side of the field. JSN on the underneath. He's not going to have enough time to get upfield, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. And we cannot put points on the board yet. Hopefully that will change soon. Got their backup tight end in on the left side. On the deep end, Tariq gets beat. Mike Jackson trying to get there. Finally gets to Devontae Smith. Dallas Goedert is injured on the play. Gotta ask our defense to get another stop for our offense, not putting anything on the board up to this point. Got 3 receivers out right. We're watching it. The deep end is getting open. Coming down, trying to get the tackles. Quandre, but DeAndre Swift is finally brought down by Devin Bush. 2 of our biggest playmakers on the team have to be Quandre and Devin Bush, both making huge plays week after week in the last couple of weeks for us. Bobby Wagner coming out, watching the corner route, beats Rashawn Jenkins. But luckily, it'll be incomplete. The tight end cannot hold on to it. Goddard is out right now, so that was their backup tight end. Went on cover 3. It was a balanced formation at first. Now they have 3 receivers over to the left in their backup tight end. Don't want to worry about them too much. Watching the ends. Deep in, Jalen Hurts trying to scramble out. He breaks 1 tackle. Julian Love can't get there. Mike Jackson hits him, but he's down at the 4-yard line. And when we had everything covered, the perfect time for Jalen Hurts to scramble away. And we're watching the read option keeper for the quarterback. We're watching it. We better be on it. Deep out. The slant was covered really well. Got a hand on it anyways. It'll be 2nd and goal. 37 seconds left. Would love to hold him to a field goal. Don't want to give up that touchdown before half. I think they get ball to start the second half, too. Watching underneath. We're here. Jalen Hurts scrambling out. There's a fumble. Oh, they recover. I'm going to use a timeout here. 3rd and goal now. Dropping back into cover 3 again. We're containing. We know it's a pass coming. One really cover. Jalen Hurts makes the throw. Why is no one on the backup tight end? Really poor coverage. Dan Arnold was left wide open. Take a look at who was playing coverage here. I believe it was Julian Love. Devin Bush was dropping out of coverage. He was coming after... Well, he dropped down to go on DeAndre Swift, I guess. Swift was there. Originally, Devin Bush was there. But then Rashawn Jenkins, guarding no one. Miscommunication, I suppose. And just leaves Dan Arnold wide open. And can't really blame the defense too much. Our offense has been anemic. Getting the screen off to Kenny McIntosh, who is brought down for only a couple of yards. And we're going to take it to half. Eagles do start with the football. Again, you got to watch out for Jalen Hurts to run. He has been killing us. One-on-one, Mike Jackson gets abused by A.J. Brown. And they're basically telling us right now that we can't run man coverage because they're just going to put A.J. Brown on Mike Jackson's side with Devin Witherspoon being out, and there's nothing we can do about it. And cover 3. Over the middle. No one's covering Dan Arnold, the backup tight end, who is just running free across the middle. We are slowly falling apart. Jalen Hurts is now an X factor. We're going to send Bobby. And we're going to have Devin Bush play a little bit more on the right side. And Devin Bush can't play that much. Dan Arnold with another grab. Down to the 13-yard line. Jalen Hurts picking us apart. 14 for 19. Making us look silly. I'm going to bring a man blitz and just hope that this is play action. Could very well be a run, though, too. And it is going to be a run for DeAndre. So if we're in the backfield immediately to stop the run, Nwosu making the play, forcing a loss of one. Got to hope that they continue to run the football because we have been able to slow them down running the ball at least. But we cannot slow down this running game, or this passing game, I mean. And we cannot slow down Jalen Hurts scrambling. Coming in, missing the tackle was Bobby, but finally someone brought down DeAndre Swift. It's going to be 3rd and 8, so it's going to be a guaranteed pass. We know it's a pass. We're bringing it contain. We're dropping back into coverage. We're going to send Derek Hall into a spy, just in case. And one-on-one, it goes out of bounds. They were trying to target Mike Jackson's side again. All right, we really need to lock in here because this is basically our last shot. We got 70 total yards. We have to win this game to make the playoffs. It's looking ugly. Stop him for a field goal at least. Got to get something going. Stepping up in the pocket. Drops down for a first down pickup. Coming out in pistol again. Fant could get open on the crosser. And dangerous ball. Don't get picked off. Jesus, man. That really floated on us. I think I actually heard a boo come from somebody. Yeah, Metcalf on a slant. And Noah Fant on a corner. Just don't think this is going to get open. Ooh, another pick. Oh, my God, man. That's Deion Jones. Another really athletic linebacker. Picks it off, and that should be the game. We are putting in our backup. 17-0 in X Factor. And underneath, Bobby makes the tackle on DeAndre Swift. Still playing with some heart. On defense, we've been playing decently well. Can't hate it too much. They've been passing pretty well on us, but, Jalen's just been making some pretty crazy plays, too. Running outside the pocket, picking up first downs. And our defense has shown a lot more than our offense in the last couple of weeks, to say that, at least. Julian Love coming down to make the tackle on DeAndre Swift. He does pick up the first. Uchenna Nwosu is going to go down with an injury, holding his shoulder. All right, 1st and 10. I imagine they're going to look to target Mike Jackson again on A.J. Brown's side. Looks like they might not actually be doing it after all. Watching Jalen Hurts underneath. Oh, it gets tipped away by Mike Morris. We had a chance to potentially pick that off, actually, I think. Devin Bush was in position, but a dislocated shoulder from Uchenna Nwosu means that we're going to have Darrell Taylor back in because Mike Morris has been playing DT. Uchenna Nwosu has been playing D-end. A run by DeAndre Swift, and he gets great blocks down to the 6-yard line. They're averaging 5 or 6 yards per carry at this point after that run. And, yeah, again, there's only so much you can ask this defense to do. We're not filled with the best defensive players. I feel like we've been playing them pretty tight, though. On the flat, Smith breaks one tackle, finally brought down by Mike Jackson. 2nd and goal from the 3. Really, the offense has just come out and had a complete dud. I mean, self-explanatory with the 0 points, but I feel like the last couple of weeks where we were winning, before we had this stretch, we were winning because we were getting some defensive pick sixes. We were winning close games, just kind of grinding them out. Even though we were only passing the ball, it was just kind of grinding it out. We've been having way too many turnovers. We've been averaging 2 picks per game. Read option, I think. Swift holds on to it, takes it in for the touchdown. It's 24-0. And, I mean, listen to the crowd. People are... No one's in this game right now, man. Derek Hall gets injured on the PAT. But I think we know. 24-0 in the 3rd with 2 minutes left. I think we know that this is the end of the season, basically. Got 3 more games remaining in the regular season. D. Eskridge with a return up to the 35-yard line. And Drew Lock is coming in. We benched Geno. It just hasn't been right. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's been on me, of course. Knee cartilage tear for Derek Hall. I haven't even seen that one. He's probably missing the rest of the season. It's unfortunate. The rookie defensive end Been pretty good for us. Hasn't made a lot of splash plays, but we've just been trying to develop him. Drew Lock picks up 2 yards on the play. Brandon Sheriff, our right guard, is injured, getting his ankle hurt. And all of our starters right now are getting injured, getting taken off the field. And it's almost like it's a sign. Charbonnet with the carry. See what he can do. Some decent blocks. Didn't find the gap, though. It's going to be 3rd and 7. High ankle sprain coming in from Sheriff, so Anthony Bradford's going to come in. And we are running out of players to put on the field. Got Mesh. Noah Fant could come open. Noah Fant also has not really done as much these last couple of weeks. Can he get it? No, it's going to be DPI. But you'd hope that that Denver to Denver connection would be there. We got Sidney Brown, and we were going to pick up the first down and see if we can get anything to happen. Got Lockett on the catch. Breaks 1 tackle. Picks up the first. Blocks first throw. His first official throw is a completion. Lockett now up to 2 catches for 20 yards. They do another RPO. Time to DK. It's not really there, so we're going to run it. And Charbonnet takes it almost for another first down. Lockett's got the one-on-one the outside. He beat his man. We accurately throw it up. No, Lockett can't get it. Bradbury with good coverage. All right, 3rd and short. Charbonnet looking for him underneath. Instead, Con Reddick is getting pressure, and we got to throw it away. Got to go for it on 4th and 2. And you can hear how pissed the fans are with how disgusting this offense is played. Put up 0 points at this point. We don't want to take a field goal from the 37, though. It's completely meaningless, so we got to go for it. Gonna rush up the middle. That seems to be one of the only things that has worked for us, is actually running up the middle with our QBs to scramble. Very little else has been open this game. Charbonnet can't hold on to. Is under pressure with Nakobe Dean all over him. Tell you one thing, though. We got to come out next season with a redesigned offense to fit our personnel. I just don't feel like the formations we're running, even the concepts we're running are really fitting the strengths of our team. Luckily, I think that's Hargrave. That's pretty slow there. And Drew Lock picking up 9, making it 3rd and 1. Looks like it's zone coverage on the right side. Noah Fant is wide open. Can't hold on to it, though. Lock was kind of running out to his right. Fans are pissed for good reason. We got everybody up on the line. We're going to send DK on a go. Hopefully pull away Darius Slay. Noah Fant could be wide open. And I don't see it. Yeah, just toss it up to Fant, and it's an inaccurate ball. And Lock is now 1 for 6. Admittedly, mostly under pressure with our backup offensive lineman in. Not all backups. Just Anthony Bradford is in for Brandon Sheriff. And Evan Brown might be dealing with an injury. I'm not entirely sure, but again, the offense is completely anemic. Can't get anything done. Don't have any quick hitting plays. Don't have anyone getting open on slants or drags, schematically or in man coverage even. Bobby Wagner or Jordan Brooks comes in, makes the tackle. 2nd and 9. Didn't even know that Jordan Brooks was in right now for us. 2nd and 9. After Jalen Hurts got into X Factor, he's been in X Factor the entire game. They have not been able to knock him out of it at all. And you can't blame the defense too much. The offense has done nothing for us. DeAndre Swift gets tackled down by Rayshon Jenkins. Defense is trying their best. Trying their best. I mean, there's only so much you can do. Said it a couple times. Need the offense to do something. Can't ask the defense to get, all the scores. Jalen Hurts trying to escape out. Mike Morris can't make the tackle. Darrell Taylor able to finally make the tackle. Won't be a sack because he did gain yards. Oh, a punch thrown. Some frustration coming around from our team. Makes sense when you're getting punked 24-0 at home when you're trying to make the playoffs. This is our last chance to make it. On the return is Tyler Lockett. Going back right. Gets lifted up and thrown down to the ground. Drew Lock coming out after starting 1 for 6. No picks, at least. But mostly has been looking good, just trying to run away from pressure. One-on-one, you got Metcalf. No, we got over to the left, though. Oh, boy. Under pressure. Season ranking offense, 5th for passing offense, and we have 70 yards of passing offense in this game. We are missing guys wide open. Under pressure, Lockett wide open coming across the field on the slant. Couldn't get it to him. Underneath, Fant. Fant holds on to it, makes an insane grab. And our receivers, our receivers are getting open. It's our quarterbacks that are not able to make these plays. And partially, it's because the quarterbacks aren't good enough. Partially, it's because the offensive line is not holding up long enough either. Giving the one-on-one up to DK. Not a great ball. Not very accurate. DK can't grab it. And Drew Lock is now 2 for 9. And there has been a complete... I don't know what to call it. Just the offense has fallen apart in this game. Drew Lock scrambling. Getting some decent blocks. Metcalf. And Drew Lock now 4 carries for 40 yards, down to 30. And I'm sure some fans are happy that we got Drew Lock in because he can scramble maybe slightly more than Geno. But he really is not that much faster. Noah Fant over the top. Can't sit in the pocket long enough for him to make his cut on his route. Going to give Charbonnet their chance to run the football. At this point, it doesn't really matter if we run it or pass it. Nolan Smith gets the tackle broken, but Charbonnet can't pick up any yards on the play. 3rd and 11. Got JSN on the post. Got DK on the curl. Don't want to throw in a Darius Slay right now. Bad ball. Nakobe Dean was there. Thought we could get it in there with enough power, but we couldn't. But at this point, no reason to go for a field goal. We're just going to straight up go for it. Doesn't care. I don't really care if we get blanked at this point. Get outside the pocket. Throw it up to DK. We can't get it off. Hassan Reddick is fast enough to carry Drew Lock basically out of bounds with the sack. And fans are pissed. All right, I'll save you the time. The Eagles basically just ran the clock out. We lost 24-0, getting 0 points on the board. I think 70 or 80 total passing yards between our 2 quarterbacks this game. Was without a doubt the ugliest performance. The only team we beat in that 4-game hell stretch was the Cowboys. Lost to the Niners twice and lost to the Eagles. And we knew we had to come in there and at least go 2-2 to have a chance. And I was hoping that one of those wins would come against the Niners, but it didn't. If one of those wins came against the Niners, we might still have a shot, but just look at the performance here. I mean, Jalen Hurts, nearly perfect, 70% completion percentage, a touchdown, no picks, 10 yards, average yards per attempt. Look at this, man. I mean, I like to average 9 or 10 yards per attempt too, but we're getting pressured or we just can't get anything open. And Geno, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. Decent completion percentage. Drew Lock, 2 for 11. 2 yards, 2 yards average per attempt. I mean, that's just pathetic, man. In terms of rushing, DeAndre Swift kind of went off in the second half. First half didn't do that much, but averaged 5 yards per carry and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts also with 11 yards per carry and a touchdown himself. Charbonnet not doing much. Drew Lock having 4 carries for 40 yards. That was most of his offense when he came in to take over for Geno. Receiving, no one really had a big receiving game, especially from us. So the 2, 3, 4, the top 4 receivers all were on the Eagles. JSN had 2 catches for 28, and then DK had 2 catches for 22. Noah Fant, 3 catches for 21, and Lockett, 2 catches for 20. So basically all of our receivers had almost identical stats. No one did much of anything. Defensively, the defense tried their best. Derek Hall came in with a sack, ended up coming out of the game with an injury. We had no interceptions, of course. We did have that forced fumble from Derek Hall and a forced fumble from Tariq Woolen, and that was it. All right, I got some upgrades. We got one for Noah Fant. Didn't do much this game, but no one really did much this game. Noah Fant going up to an 81 overall. And getting a boost to catching traffic, medium route, deep route, pass block, and catching. And then Cameron Young, our rookie D tackle, getting an upgrade to run stopping. And Cameron Young, I think he is 23, out of Mississippi State. And so the one positive note I will say after this game, if you are at this point in the video and you've watched all the way through, is that so Witherspoon is now out with a torn labrum. Derek Hall is going to be out the rest of the season. Ken Walker obviously has not played the entire season. The one positive note is that with this much dysfunction on this team, there's a lot to fix, which is exciting. There's a lot we can do to make this team better. And if you look at the ratings, we're an 85 overall team. I'll tell you what, we do not play like an 85 overall team, and we've had injuries throughout the season. And one of the biggest issues probably is the pressure we've been receiving and the lack of pressure we've been generating from our defensive line and from the opposing defensive lines. So that's one big thing that we need to fix is we just need to fix the interior. We need to fix our 5 men up front on offense. We need to fix our edge rushing situation because our D tackles aren't that bad, but our edge rushers are basically mostly just speed guys. Uchenna Nwosu does his best, but he's not really much of a game changer either. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video when we play against the Titans. Hopefully you check it out. These last 3 games, we're going to have an opportunity. Since we're not making the playoffs, we are basically officially out of the playoffs. We're going to go ahead and mix it up with a couple of different players getting opportunities to start, whether that's on defense or on offense. Basically a wide receiver, we know who's who. At halfback, we're going to try Kenny McIntosh a little bit more than we have. And Charbonnet, we already know he's pretty solid. And then probably try out Drew Lock for a game or two and see if he has any place on this team or if we're going to be looking to draft a quarterback. We still haven't made up our mind on that necessarily. And then on defense, just looking around at corners, especially because Devin Witherspoon is still out with injury. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. I appreciate you guys for watching, and peace.